Hi guys, it is Michelle and I am here to bring you 3 mini book reviews. First up, by Linda Sue Park, I read A Long Walk to Water. Now, Linda Sue Park is a new Barry Medal Award winner for A Single Shard, which I read several years ago and really adored. This is based on a true story set in Sudan. That is not a country that I think I knew anything about, really, prior to reading this. You follow Naya, and she is a young lady in 2008 growing up in Sudan. And then there is another storyline from 1985, and you follow Salva, a young man growing up in Sudan. It's interesting to see how the time periods compare and contrast, and how much changes and how much doesn't change. Naya's job every day is to gather the water for her family, which means she has to take a huge container, walk 2 hours, fill it up, and bring it back home. She does this twice a day, so her whole day is filled with going to fetch the water because water is so scarce there. This story just really made me thankful for what I have and how easily some things come to me. I just love how she can write about different countries and make you feel like you're there and just really get down to what it means to be a good human. Really enjoyed this story and gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. Next up, I read The Red Notebook by Antoine Laurent. Now, my French pronunciation is not very on point, so that might be a little off. This was translated fiction that I heard about through Book Riot, and I'm so glad I picked this one up. I paid full price on the Kindle, but it was worth it. It is a quirky, quaint little story, kind of quiet. It's set in Paris, which of course is always charming, and you are following Laurent, and he was a banker, but he decided that was not his passion and opened a bookstore. He's divorced. He's in his mid-40s. He has a daughter who's like early college or maybe high school age. So it's like pretty contemporary kind of situation for him and pretty genuine at the same time. So I love that about it. He's pretty lonely, and one day he is walking through his neighborhood doing his daily routine, and it's trash day, and the trash bins are out, and on top of one of the trash bins is a purse. And so he's intrigued. He picks up the purse, and he begins to investigate maybe who the bag could belong to so he could return it. And he becomes very intrigued with the lady who owns the purse. And the story unfolds from there, and it was just so neat. I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but I thought the story was going in one direction, and it kind of did, but the author added something that made it so much better that I probably would not have been able to dream up in my imagination. So it was just, there was just something so satisfying about peeking into Laurent's life while he was peeking into the lady's life. So really enjoyed it and gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. And the third book in these mini book reviews is Story Thieves by James Riley. This is a middle grade novel, and I was so intrigued by the premise. I paid full price for this hardback, which is something I rarely do. But being a 5th grade teacher, I was really hoping this would be a book that I could find to read out loud to my class. So the young lady in this story is half fictional. Her father is fictional, and that means she can travel into books. And she's looking for her dad because she has not seen him for quite some time, and she thinks he is trapped in a fictional world. Well, Owen, who's a regular kid, sees her one day coming out of a book. So she's busted, and she doesn't want anybody to let her secret out. So she has to keep Owen quiet. In order to keep him quiet, he talks her into taking him into his favorite book series, which has 7 books in the series. The 6th one is out, the 7th one is not. It's about a wizard. You get the idea. It's very Harry Potter-esque. She gives him rules that he needs to follow when they're in the fictional world. Of course, he misleads her, he breaks the rules, and serious chaos ensues. So it is full of action. It is full of adventure. I do have 2 kind of things that bother me about this book. One, this would really appeal to reluctant readers, except for the fact that it is 400 pages long. So that is a little daunting for my younger readers. Also, it had a bit of a Spy Kids feel to it, where yes, there was a lot of action and adventure and thrilling things, and it was suspenseful, but the suspense was never real. It never felt like they were actually in danger. In fact, the book keeps telling you itself over and over that they are never really in danger. So That kind of detracted from the story for me, but overall it was very fun to read. I especially enjoyed the dialogue, and I gave this 3 stars out of 5 on Goodreads. Now, if you're hearing some sounds that you don't normally hear in my videos, or seeing some backgrounds that you don't normally see in my videos, we adopted 2 kittens yesterday, so you might have heard their toys, or maybe you've heard them crawling, or seen them crawling around on the shelves behind me. So, if so, maybe you met Lucy or Linus. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying too much attention. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and happy reading!